Hi YouTube, it's Karen. I know it's been a few weeks since I've done an update, but hey, I'm a school teacher and my goodness, the end of the year is our busiest time with report writing and so forth. I haven't had time to do anything other than just think about school at the moment. So lots has been happening, I guess, mostly school stuff, but I'm just, I don't know, approaching Christmas and being a bit reflective on the year that has been, and which has been my 40th year that I've been 40 all year. Coming up for another birthday, 41 in a couple of weeks, and I don't know, I said to my husband the other night, we went to my staff dinner, break-up dinner, Christmas kind of break-up, and we'd been to the breakup last year around about the same time, and it was our wedding anniversary, 14 years of marriage, and I got in the car and I realised just how much I've changed, how much happier I am, happier to be in photos, happier to just relax, happier to just laugh and be myself, because I'm not consciously thinking about what I'm wearing all the time, or how I look, or how uncomfortable I am, and I don't dread hot weather as it has been and is forecast to be throughout a long hot summer here in Australia or in Melbourne. And I just realised how happy, and I said to him when we got in the car, I said, I am so happy, so content, and I have absolutely no regrets for having gone through with this and had the sleeve surgery. It has been the best thing I've ever done. So my numbers so far, I started the journey at 110 kilograms back in April, March. Had been that weight for several years, a little bit more, a little bit less, but round about the same. Was 105 on the day of surgery on May the 8th, 2012. And I'm currently at 77 kilograms, so that's total loss of about 33 kilos in about 7 months. So I'm thrilled. I've only got about 7 kilos to go until my goal weight of 70, which I probably won't get to by the end of the year, but maybe, who knows. Depends on how diligent I am with my eating and going to the gym. Speaking of which, I haven't been for about 3 weeks, but I've still been losing at roughly the same rate. I just haven't felt as fit. But with everything that's been going on at school, writing reports and end-of-year presentation nights and school functions and church functions and just busyness and feeling just generally exhausted overall. When I'm not out at some function of an evening, I'm usually looking to get into bed as soon as I can, just from exhaustion and tiredness, which I often get that way at this time of year. But overall, because of my changed physical state and my increased fitness and overall health, my goodness, I have coped so much better this year. My husband says I'm not as grumpy, and I just feel so much better in myself. Just getting around school, getting around campus with all the jobs I've had to do. I've had to move offices, and help people move classrooms, and I'm literally running from here, there, and everywhere. It's like I want to run, whereas in years gone by, I'd be budgeting out. Okay, now I need to walk down to the office, and I need to take that. So I'd be planning how few steps I could take because my feet would be absolutely caning me, like excruciating, from just the weight of having walked around on my feet in whatever shoes I had. Even if I had my my joggers or runners on my feet, I would still have such sore feet. Now it's just like I can run here, and then I'll run over to that place, and then I'll run down to the office, and then I'll run and do some photocopying, and then I'll come back to this meeting, and then I'll run to that person. And I don't know, I just really notice the change, and I just love it. A lot of people still giving me lots of compliments and comments, like, people who haven't seen me for a while. There'll be a bit of that, I guess, over Christmas as you catch up with extended family that you haven't seen for several months. And it's just lovely. You know, I have not had one negative comment. You know, people now are saying to me, oh, geez, you don't want to lose any more. And I'm like, yeah, actually I do. But, yeah, just being fit and healthy. Been doing Pilates, too, for the last few weeks, which has been surprisingly successful. I remember the last time I was doing Pilates, obviously I was more than 30 kilograms heavier. And I found it a real strain on my back in particular. But this time I feel the strengths, I feel the benefit of it, and I'm lucky because my sister-in-law is a physiotherapist and Pilates instructor, so she's been running the classes, which she comes to school to do for me and some other staff members. So, yeah, so much has changed. I have an increased responsibility role next year at school, and so, yeah, that'll be a real challenge mentally and physically and just organisationally with my boys, and going to full-time work. It's been a long time since I've worked full-time. But I'm looking forward to the challenge. I feel like a different person still, so I don't know how long that feeling will last, but I'm loving the fact that, I mean, I say this in every one of my videos, so I apologise if I'm boring you with it, but just upon reflection, you know, today I had to go down into the shopping centre and have a look at a few things. Not only did I have the energy to be striding around all the shops looking for this particular coloured top that I need to find for our Christmas presentation at church that we're putting on Sunday evening, but I had the energy to do that, and I could just pick up a size 14 or even a 12 and look at it and try it on and think, number one, I'm not exhausted doing this, and number two, it's easy. It's easy to shop now, you know, and it's, people don't look at me like, what are you doing in this shop? And I know I didn't just have one or two shops that I could look in the hope that whatever they had might fit me or I could squeeze into. I had the whole range of fashion shops to walk into. Even shops I wouldn't have dreamed of walking into, I can now walk into and not be looking for the largest size they stock. So that's exciting. One negative thing that happened this week was I had my first gallbladder attack on Monday afternoon, and I thought it was a bit of indigestion, and those of us who have a sleeve know that when you eat just that little bit too much, it just feels really uncomfortable. A little bit, yeah, just indigestion, and then it kind of was continuing on, you know, more than an hour after I'd eaten. And I'd had some little chocolate Malteser balls in the morning, and I'd had about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'd had some half a mince pie, and because we'd had a special afternoon tea, as you do this time of year, and it just wasn't moving, it wasn't kind of shifting, and I felt like it was still jammed in there, and I just thought, oh, that just, like, never eating one of those again. But the pain continued, and it was kind of right up under my rib cage. And then I said to one of my colleagues, I said, listen, I'm just going to go for a walk and see if that'll shift it. And I went for a bit of a walk, a bit of a run around the oval. And of course it didn't help, it only got worse. And it kind of then reached around up into my back, middle of my back. And I felt like I had a big stitch on my side here, and it was just intensifying. And as I was trying to stretch it out, and the thought occurred to me, I wonder if it's your gallbladder. So I ended up ringing the doctor and got on to this receptionist surgeon, and she confirmed it sounds like your gallbladder. Go to the hospital, they'll be able to help manage your pain. And but the crazy thing was, by the time my mother-in-law drove me down to the hospital, and I was in agony, but by the time I got there, it had stopped and it had eased, which is good because the ER was packed and I didn't want to sit there for hours on end. Our local public hospital is notorious for the emergency room wait times, so I was pleased to not have to stay, and I've been okay since. I had a couple of twinges where I thought, oh, you know, could come back. But yeah, so that was interesting. I went to the doctor the GP on Tuesday morning, and he sent me for an ultrasound, which I'm going to have Monday morning, just to see if there are gallstones in there, and then we can decide as to what happens, whether we just wait and see if it's going to be a chronic problem or whether it's just a one-off thing. So yeah, I was hoping I could avoid that, because I have been fairly diligent about my vitamins and taking it easy, but I think, you know, with eating well, but perhaps it's just one of those things that comes with rapid weight loss, and I'd rather have rapid weight loss, which is what I've had, so which has been good. Otherwise, I'm fine. Looking forward to the holidays. First summer ever that I'm really looking forward to. I think tomorrow I'm going to take the plunge and go and buy some new bathers or new swimming costume. I don't know what you call it in the US, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm a bit scared, I have to say, but kind of excited too, just to think of how much more is available to me now at this size. I'm still thinking about doing the plastic surgery, perhaps the 2014. But I have to wait and see how I feel once I get to my goal weight and when the weight loss sort of stabilises. But yeah, I'm pretty keen to look at it in a couple of years' time. But summer should be great. We've had a few really warm, hot days, and I know we've had air conditioning to live in, but it just hasn't bothered me as much. Normally I get so grumpy on hot days because I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so hot and sweaty and clammy and just feel uncomfortable, and you don't want to wear, you know, because you know you look silly and, you know, really kind of tank tops clothes and, you know, real summery type clothes, and your skin rubs and it's just gross, and you feel hot and smelly and all those things that we all enjoy about the heat. But it just hasn't bothered me, and I'm amazed. I'm someone who's always hated the summer simply because of how uncomfortable I feel, and it's amazing, absolutely amazing. So anyhow, this will probably be the last video I do for a while, but I wanted to just wish you all out there in the community a very happy Christmas. God's richest blessings upon you all. And hopefully the next time I do a video, I'll have even less of this and even less of what's, you know, around my butt. The last 7 to 10 kilograms that I want to lose. But I'm really thankful for the year that I've had. And for all those who are yet to go through the surgery, it's the best thing you'll ever do. You will just not believe how much it will change your life. And if you've got any doubts, take it from somebody who's done it, that it's worth it. It is worth not having that bit of extra food, or not being able to ever have a big meal again, because you don't feel like you're missing out. You really don't feel like you're missing out, because you fill up so quickly. And, you know, I'm not nervous about Christmas because I know I can't overeat. And it's great. It's just a very life-giving thing to have done. And the two other people that I know within my community who've had it done as well are both absolutely wrapped. One lady is 60, another friend of mine is in her early 30s. We're both wrapped with the results, and would recommend it to anyone. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and take it easy. You know, enjoy the holidays, and God bless you all, and see you in 2014. See ya.